Maki Itoh had chosen a difficult career path. She works long hours travelling all over Japan. She trains her body with endless rehearsals. She must represent herself in a certain way in order to attract as many fans as possible. Fans who she must perform in front of, whether it's thousands or just a few. She works alongside other girls who are all trying to achieve the same dream. Maki Itoh has a tough job, being an idol. If you're not familiar with what an idol is, it's a Japanese performer whereby mostly girls as young as 15 sing and dance to choreographed songs. These girls are either talent scouted or audition for the opportunity, but the idol genre is oversaturated, with many idol groups being made up of lots of different members. So standing out is important, and that is Maki Itoh's plan in order to get noticed. She gets her first opportunity during DDT's Idol Lumberjack deathmatch, where her and her idol group LinQ, as well as other idol groups, surround the ring and would attack any wrestler that would go to the outside. Itoh originally wanted to go because the venue, Sumo Hall, would be the largest arena she had performed in at the time, and would therefore get more exposure. During the match, Itoh doesn't do a whole lot, aimlessly wandering around the ring, hitting Takagi and announcers with weak-looking headbutts. At one point, Takagi needed to direct her to attack him on the entrance ramp. Despite this, though, her attitude gets her over with the fans, who begin chanting her name. Itoh gets the most camera time and a positive reaction from the crowd. Mission accomplished for Itoh, who leaves the wrestling world for now and continues down her idol path. Itoh is now in her second year as an idol, but things are not going so well for her. She doesn't have many fans, and even words from her managers aren't comforting either, stating, "Well, you're ugly, so you should focus on variety shows instead." The final straw came when appearing on a variety show called God Tongue. She's overlooked and all moments she talked were cut from the program. Itoh isn't upset by these events, instead she feels nothing, blank. Itoh would make sporadic appearances in DDT with mixed tag matches, until finally making an announcement that she will join DDT's sister promotion, Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, as a part-time wrestler and part-time idol. Maki Itoh makes her debut on the 11th of December 2016, 3 years after her first appearance in wrestling. But now she is not someone who will stand on the sidelines, she'll be in the ring and hoping to win. She comes out to a song from her idol group LinQ looking absolutely ridiculous, because that's what wrestlers look like, right? Ridiculous. Her opponent is Miyu Yamashita, the pink striker, the ace of Tokyo Joshi. Itoh cockily mocks Miyu before the match starts. The bell rings and the match begins. What starts as a debut match slowly turns into a hazing. Whenever Itoh would try to get some offense in, Miyu would counter and take control, even getting some payback for Itoh's comments. Somehow Itoh is able to kick out after Miyu lands some nasty looking kicks, but it's not enough. Miyu lands the attitude adjustment and gets the win. After the match, Itoh is a mess, openly crying while in a pile in the ring. Despite this, Miyu commends Itoh's efforts and states that they are now rivals and looking forward to see how Itoh grows. Itoh admitted that Miyu is stronger, but she is way cuter. During the fan meet and greet after the show, Itoh's line is huge, much bigger than the 5 or so people who would show up for her during idol shows. Itoh wasn't expecting to stick with wrestling for long, but if she gains fans quickly like this, she can stick around a little longer. Itoh continues her journey through Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, but will always get hit hard and always lose. Itoh's not bothered about this though, she doesn't care about wins, she just wants to use wrestling to get noticed, and it's working. Her delinquent persona and unorthodox style gets a positive reaction from the crowd. She uses her time in the ring to promote herself in hilariously vain ways. But despite only being in the promotion for 3 months, she will no longer be the new girl of Tokyo Joshi. Enter Mizuki, who in terms of demeanour and experience is Itoh's exact opposite. She comes out to greet the crowd but is interrupted by Itoh. Itoh's only been in the promotion for 3 months, and Mizuki has 5 years of wrestling experience under her belt. But Itoh still treats her like her junior, and either not knowing Mizuki's career or not caring, challenges her for her debut match. As Mizuki makes her way to the ring, Itoh stares her down, analysing everything about her and preparing for her first victory over the new girl to the company. Itoh's skill has certainly grown since her debut, but to someone like Mizuki, it's a simple order to reverse and regain control. Itoh eventually manages to lead the match again, but instead of using her advantage to win, she instead climbs to the top turnbuckle and announces her cuteness to the fans in attendance. While Mizuki gets offense in and more pin attempts, Itoh is overwhelmed and is caught into a pinning predicament for the 3 count. Even though she just lost, Itoh grabs the mic and says she is impressed with Mizuki's abilities. Trying to save face whilst also holding her back, she wants Mizuki to join her just now newly formed group as its first member. Her duties include tag teaming with Itoh and spreading information about how awesome and cute Itoh is. And to everyone's surprise, Mizuki agrees, as she wants to make new friends in Tokyo Joshi. And so, the Itoh Respect Army is formed. Itoh's first match with Mizuki is an odd affair, and it's clear Itoh does not know the meaning of the term team player. She constantly calls out for Mizuki to tag in when momentum is going their way, but cowardly tags out when things are looking bad. At one point even breaking up a pin attempt by Mizuki, as she would like to win instead. Mizuki's experience, contrasted with Itoh's obliviousness, means Mizuki is constantly needing to save and protect Itoh at the cost of her own body. Of course Itoh takes the pin, and Itoh berates Mizuki for not winning the match for her. After all, she's the first and only member of the Itoh Respect Army. Mizuki is able to defuse the situation by complimenting Itoh and leading the crowd to tell Itoh how cute she is. But that's fine, Itoh needs to get fans, not wins, and so the Itoh Respect Army is fulfilling its purpose, win or lose. One night whilst Itoh is promoting herself, she throws out for a challenge from anyone for the first show in June. From the back, Azusa Takigawa takes her up on the offer. Itoh hates the idea, as what good would it do her career to wrestle her? Takigawa answered back that she is Itoh's senior, and she too had a short career as an idol in her school days. Itoh reluctantly agrees, and the match is set for June 3rd. Takigawa comes out singing and dancing with her old idol partner, forming their idol group I'm. Itoh, on the other hand, comes out with a LinQ CD to promote to the fans. The match begins in ordinary fashion with the two jockeying for control. However, the two's disrespect for one another is clear, and the match quickly leaves the ring. Takigawa takes Itoh's LinQ CD hostage. Itoh goes to retrieve the CD and clobbers Takigawa. She locks Takigawa out of the arena, laughing maniacally while the ref begins to count. Unknown to Itoh, however, Takigawa snuck back into the ring, and Itoh was just able to beat the 20-second count. Despite both being back in the ring, the action quickly goes back to brawling on the outside. More focused on hurting each other, the two are both counted out for a draw. The two demand the match to be restarted, but their request is denied, and a rematch is organised for later that month. Itoh's wrestling career is going pretty well for the time. She has fans, her own stable, albeit with only one member, and is involved in a feud with another wrestler. However, her idol career is faltering. One night she brings 500 tickets for a LinQ show to sell, claiming she will quit her job as an idol if she's unable to sell all the tickets before the show. That's not entirely true. Yes, she does need to sell 500 tickets or she won't be an idol, but not by her own choice. LinQ management is restructuring, and Itoh is one who is on the chopping block, unless she can sell 500 tickets for LinQ's next show. After her promo, she sets up a makeshift kiosk and sells tickets during the rest of the show. She goes to the streets cutting promos and screaming at the venue to sell tickets to anyone. Through sheer force of will, she is able to sell all 500 tickets at 5,000 yen each. And just in time for a rematch with Takigawa. The two should know better from last time, however Itoh attacks Takigawa during her entrance, and that sets the tone for the match. The two brawl outside the ring yet again and are eventually counted out. The two start complaining for the match to be restarted, but the demands are refused. To quell the madness, Senshiro Takagi, one of the head figures of DDT, comes out and states that in order to settle this, both Itoh and Takigawa will be in an idol lumberjack deathmatch. Itoh and Takigawa will have to recruit idol groups for the match, and as added insurance, he will be the referee. But before the date of the match, Itoh receives devastating news. She's been fired from LinQ. Even though she sold those tickets, even though she is greatly promoting the group with her wrestling, she is let go. LinQ never even told Itoh, she only found out when they posted their lineup and her name wasn't there. So going into her final match against Takigawa with this looming over her is distracting to say the least. The other idols come out singing and dancing their own songs, Takigawa included, and then it's Itoh's turn. Her old LinQ music starts playing and Itoh has to quickly get them to stop, and explains bluntly that she has been fired from LinQ. She instead sings on her own without music. But just like how Itoh interrupted Takigawa during their last match, Takigawa attacks Itoh and throws her out of the ring to get pummeled by the idol lumberjacks. Itoh fights her way back into the ring and throws Takigawa out to the lumberjacks as well. Like their previous matches, the two begin brawling outside the ring to the entrance ramp. But Takagi is prepared and clobbers both of them on the head and demands the two get back to the ring. Channeling her anger and frustration, Itoh lets out a piercing scream and begins to attack Takigawa with her hard head. Takigawa attempts to rally, but Itoh kicks out of her pins and continues attacking with her head. A hard-hitting DDT and Itoh locks in the Boston Crab. Takigawa is just able to reach the ropes. Keeping the advantage, Itoh applies a more elevated Boston Crab in the center of the ring. With nowhere to go, Takigawa has no choice but to give in, giving Itoh her first win, 8 months after her first match in Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. Streamers fill the ring as the crowd chants Itoh's name. Itoh may have been at her lowest going into this match, but just for this moment, she can forget all about it. Itoh may be suffering, but at least she is feeling something. Itoh's win injects her with confidence and purpose. She no longer has her idol career to worry about, and puts all her energy into becoming the best wrestler she can be. She starts seeing success in not only her single matches, but with her tag team with Mizuki. Even being able to beat both Miyu, the ace of the company, and Reika Saiki, the current champion. Itoh is firing on all cylinders, willing to take on anyone, man, woman, it doesn't matter. But she is still scared by her rejection as an idol, always needing the fans to confirm that she is the cutest wrestler in the world at every match. The harder hitting the match, the more alive she feels, and every match is there to help her improve. Itoh and Mizuki begin to expand the responsibilities of the Itoh Respect Army, both coming to the ring singing their own song and selling their own CDs. After enough sales, a music video is produced for them. Her drive sees her wrestling improve, even going for the tag titles with Mizuki, and while they don't succeed on both occasions, Itoh knows it's only a matter of time before she wins a title. But at Yes Wonderland, Itoh will face her toughest opponent yet, Riho, a prodigy who has been wrestling since she's been 9 years old. Itoh comes to the ring all fired up for her match, screaming instead of singing her usual entrance theme. Riho enters the ring with a huge title belt, displaying her pedigree as a champion. Just keeping pace with a wrestler of Riho's caliber would be a feat, but to do so with Itoh's level of experience is an impossibility. Itoh doesn't want just that, however. She wants to beat Riho instead, to show that all her suffering was not for nothing. Despite Itoh's determination, to Riho this is nothing more than a friendly exhibition match, but Itoh knows how those go, and takes control of the match. However, her own vanity and need for praise gets the better of her. Riho begins her comeback as Itoh rolls out of the ring and crawls over for Mizuki, pleading for her to help. Mizuki instead shoves Itoh off and tells her she can win because she is the cutest. Those words from Mizuki alone are enough to get Itoh fired up to get back in the ring. Riho, now understanding how much this match means to Itoh, decides to give her the match of her life. Riho gets Itoh in the crossface and attempts to get Itoh to submit, but this pain is nothing compared to what Itoh had to endure. Through sheer force of will, Itoh makes it to the ropes and breaks the hold and psychs herself up. DDT and the falling headbutt, but Riho is just able to kick out. Frustrated but not discouraged, Itoh locks in the Boston Crab, and as Riho reaches for the ropes, Itoh pulls her back to the center of the ring and applies a more painful high-angle Boston Crab. Had it not been for Riho's experience, she would most certainly tap, but she just makes it to the ropes. Riho lands a brainbuster from the outside, a double stomp from the top rope, but Itoh summons all her strength to kick out. Riho, impressed by Itoh's fire, goes all out with her double knee strike to keep Itoh down for the win. After the match, Mizuki joins a defeated Itoh in the ring.
とはいえ、お前の親友に伊藤はボコボコにされたわけだが、お前そんなに伊藤のことリスペクトしてなかっただろう。はっきりしろ。優しさだけで、半端な優しさだけで伊藤についてこられてもお前の成長にもならねえし、今日ここでいっそ伊藤リスペクト軍団を解散させる。
伊藤さん、優しさだけで一緒にいるんじゃないです。優しさなんかじゃないです。ただ一緒にいたいからこうやってリスペクト軍として一緒にやってきたんです。
優しさだけじゃない、
はい、
一緒にいたいから、
はい、
クに立ちたい。そんな簡単な道じゃないと思うけど、ついてきてくれるんだな。
ついていきます。
Despite Mizuki's words, fate would have other things in mind, however. During a random picks for tag teams for an upcoming tournament, Mizuki is paired with Yuka Sakazaki, forming the Magical Sugar Rabbits, leaving Itoh alone. Itoh can't help but feel betrayed. Even if it was random chance, Mizuki could have said no. Mizuki is her number one. For the same tournament, Itoh teams with Miyu Yamashita as Pop Team Epic. Itoh will fight her way through the tournament and meet Mizuki in the finals. Unfortunately, she falls in the semi-finals, with the Magical Sugar Rabbits winning the tournament by beating the team that beat Itoh and Miyu. As at the time the tag titles were vacant, Yuka wants the Magical Sugar Rabbits to be the new tag champions, as they won the whole tournament. Itoh comes out to confront Mizuki. Not only is she tagging with someone else for this tournament, but now she wants to be the tag champs with someone else other than her. Itoh's going to beat her to it though. She's going to become a tag champion before Mizuki does and announces her partner to be Reika Saiki, the previous tag champ before her title was vacated due to her partner being injured. And so the match is set for the tag champions, and while everyone else celebrates, Itoh stands off in the corner, suffering alone. Itoh's entrance for the championship match is more subdued than usual, Itoh contemplating how she could possibly win against Mizuki. Doubts fill her head, and before the bell even sounds, Yuka and Mizuki strike first. Even though they have only been teaming for 2 shows, Mizuki and Yuka are more in sync than Itoh and Mizuki ever were. The strategy for Itoh and Saiki are to isolate Mizuki and wear her down, Reika doing so as Mizuki is less of a threat than previous tag and princess champion Yuka, but Itoh just wants to prove she's better than Mizuki. She stalks Mizuki with disgust, stomping on her and kicking her away like she was trash. It's not Itoh's fault that they never won the tag titles together. It wasn't Itoh that was holding them back. She's been through more than anyone else in this company and she's still standing. Itoh's plan is working, but after a quick reversal, Mizuki is able to tag in Yuka and the tides begin to change. Reika is able to overcome both Yuka and Mizuki, showing why she is the previous tag champion, and tags in Itoh. Itoh, using the momentum, hits Yuka with a devastating DDT that Mizuki has to break the pin for. Itoh and Mizuki, both tagged in, begin hitting each other with move after move, releasing their frustrations. For Mizuki abandoning Itoh, and Itoh for holding back Mizuki for the sake of her own career. When Itoh uses Mizuki's double stomp move on her, Mizuki has had enough and attempts a brainbuster. Reika comes in to help counter, and before Mizuki can hit the mat, Yuka comes in to save her. Mizuki had been needing to support Itoh for so long that now having someone she can rely on rejuvenates her, and the two fight back. When they are both caught in the busting crab, Yuka prevents Mizuki from tapping and helps her to find the ropes. With Mizuki exhausted, Itoh taunts her and hits her with headbutts. Mizuki fights through the pain to deliver headbutts of her own, but to no avail. Itoh, convinced she has Mizuki beat, climbs the top rope for the flying headbutt, but Yuka is able to buy enough time for Mizuki to prepare herself. With that, Mizuki counters with a double stomp, and the magical girl splash from Yuka, followed by another stomp. There is no way Itoh could kick out, but call it lucky or not, Seika manages to break the pin up. As the other girls fight, Itoh can only look up at the ceiling. The doubts she had done so well to keep at bay slowly start to creep in. Mizuki was probably right to abandon her, everyone else has. No matter how hard she tries, all she can do is suffer. She already failed at being an idol. It's only a matter of time before she fails as a wrestler, right? No. Itoh stands and screams to the universe that had been so cruel to her up to this point. But that's all she can do. She collapses from exhaustion, expending the last of her energy to kick out of the pin. And just as Itoh attempts to come back to end the match, Mizuki catches her with Itoh's face bracing for the loss she can't prevent. Mizuki and Yuka are the new tag champions, and Itoh is alone, again. After being handed the belts, Mizuki extends her hand to Itoh, trying to salvage whatever friendship they have left. Itoh instead stares her down and shoves her away, saying nothing, Mizuki breaking out into tears. As Itoh staggers to the back, she knows this isn't over yet. A month later, and Itoh and Mizuki are in the ring once more, only this time it's one-on-one. Their tepid entrances juxtapose with their upbeat music. The two stand apart from one another, Itoh refusing the handshake. The bell rings and the two just stand there, neither wanting or prepared to make the first move. A year's worth of memories race through their minds until finally they are ready. This isn't Itoh wanting to get petty revenge for Mizuki abandoning her. She's moved past that. Instead, she wants to beat her, to prove she can still be on the same level as her former friend, and still be close to her in that way. If she can't win, she'll be left behind. Itoh demonstrates how much she's grown by countering many of Mizuki's moves that she was unable to before. And with no Yuka to save Mizuki, she's able to set up for the top rope headbutt, but Mizuki is also prepared and ready for it. The two have back and forth offense until finally, the bell rings for a draw, neither being able to pin the other.
今回はドローだったけど、伊藤の中ではスリーカウント聞こえてたから、今回は伊藤の負けだよ。 優しさだけで半端な優しさだけで伊藤についてこられてもお前の成長にもならねえし。
Mizuki and Itoh have a newfound respect for one another, and for the first time since they met, are finally equals. Mizuki continues to tag with Yuka, with Itoh also being part of their matches sometimes. They still perform together, and the Itoh Respect Army hasn't broken up yet. One night during a show for Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, LinQ, Itoh's former idol group, opened for the show. Itoh comes out to perform alongside her former idol group, and is able to drop all the stress and drama she has had since debuting as a wrestler. All the bumps in the road, all the hardships. She now gets to perform as the centre of LinQ, giving her a brief glimpse of what life would be like if she remained with the group. And it's because of her wrestling career that this was possible, and for now, that is far more meaningful than any title belt or any victory. Maki Itoh's story is far from over. From here, she will win title belts and perform all over the world, something that was probably not a possibility if she stayed with her idol career. Itoh is still trying her hardest, and she still loses often, but that's expected, as being Itoh is suffering. But for now, that's better than where Itoh came from, and right now, she's giving it all she's got. Hey, we're doing this again. I hope you enjoyed watching this video about Maki Itoh. I'd like to thank everyone who gave such positive attention to the Hyper Misao video. I was blown away by the support it got. I'd also like to thank the people who helped me to create this video, the friends, you know who you are, Haku-san, who helped overlook the script and also answer a couple of my questions that I had. Go follow him on Twitter, on his Mr. Haku-san account and his DDT English Update account. He posts live translation tweets of a lot of the shows that DDT produces, not just Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. So if you're interested in getting into DDT, but are intimidated by the language barrier, go follow his Twitter, because he is a great way to break through those barriers. If you enjoyed hearing about Maki Itoh, go definitely follow her on Twitter. She's learning English at a frighteningly quick pace. But if there's anything you don't understand, I also recommend following the Itoh Respect Army Twitter, who posts English versions of what Maki Itoh is tweeting. And because I didn't do this last time, go follow Hyper Misao on Twitter too, because she's a sweetheart. All those links will be in the description. Also, if I do another video about Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, I'm not sure what I would do. I have a couple ideas, but nothing's concrete. So if you have any suggestions, that would really help me out, so definitely tell me if there's any storylines or moments or anything that you found interesting in DDT that you would like to see presented in this sort of style. Definitely let me know. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.